The Texas Rangers are one of the worst teams in baseball right now. As it stands right now, they are 30 games under 500 at 35-65, and they have lost 12 games in a row. So they're really getting in the same conversation as teams like the Orioles, Diamondbacks, and Pirates. They're just god-awful, and I don't see it getting any better anytime soon with the trade deadline looming. Pretty much all of their best players are on the trade market at this point. Two of their clear-cut best offensive bats are on the market right now in Joey Gallo and Adolis Garcia. And it also looks like they're listening to offers for their closer Ian Kennedy and their best starting pitcher in Kyle Gibson. So as bad as things are right now in Texas, it looks like things are only going to get worse going forward. Let's take a look at this team offensively. You have Joey Gallo and Adolis Garcia with 24 and 22 home runs respectively. You have the versatile infielder and Isaiah Kiner Falefa has 6 home runs this year and has stolen 15 bags. But outside of that, there is no offensive production to be found. They have Nick Solak, who recently got demoted to AAA. Nate Lowe, who did have a hot start to the season, but he has cooled down a lot. And just to name a few more, you have guys like David Dahl, Eli White, Andy Ibanez, Charlie Culberson, Brock Holt, Jonah Heim, all these guys getting regular at-bats for this team. And I mean no disrespect to these guys whatsoever, but at this point in their careers, they're most likely not going to be getting regular at-bats for many baseball teams. So offensively, all in all, this is one of the worst teams in the bigs. Now let's look at their pitching. Their only solid major league starter this year is Kyle Gibson, who has a 2.87 ERA and was an all-star. But like many of the other talented players on this roster, Gibson's days in Texas could be numbered. Now outside of Gibson, you have one of the worst starting rotations in all of baseball. Definitely not the worst, but still pretty bad. You have Dane Dunning with a 4.3 earned run average, Jordan Lyles with a 5.2, Colby Allard with a 4.71, and Mike Foltynewicz, who is pitching like probably one of the worst pitchers in the game right now, he has a 6.11 ERA. So once the trade deadline passes and Kyle Gibson is potentially gone, this team is going to be even worse than they are right now. Now looking at their bullpen, they do have a ton of injuries. There's lots of guys that are on the 60-day IL, but they have had one bright spot. It's been Ian Kennedy. So far this year in 2021, he has 15 saves with a 2.59 earned run average. So he's really been having a great season for Texas this year. He's flown under the radar because no one really talks about him, but he could provide some value for another team should he get traded at the deadline. But outside of Kennedy, as I said, plenty of injuries and just not too much great performance coming from this Texas bullpen. Now moving forward with this team, obviously it looks like they're going to be making a lot of trades and shipping out a lot of their productive players, which means they are probably going to get worse after the deadline comes. I know it's hard to believe because they are on a 12-game losing streak right now. They're just having a tough time winning a single game. Maybe they'll win one with their current series right now against the Arizona D-backs, who do have the worst record in baseball, but really, they're just going to get worse after the deadline, and I don't see anything good coming for them in the near future. They really don't have any upper level prospects. They're mid to low tier in terms of their farm system. So put that all together with a very underwhelming major league caliber roster, and they really don't have much going on right now or in the future. But they do have Josh Young and Sam Huff, who are both ranked in the top 100 prospects. Young is a third baseman who is ranked number 47 overall right now, and he does seem like he is very close to being major league ready. And right now, Sam Huff is ranked number 60 in baseball, and he looks to be also very close to the major leagues. So I guess you do have a little bit of optimism here for Texas. I know these two guys aren't going to bring these guys from like worst in the league to World Series contenders. They're not going to bring them to even like a contender at all. It's just something to watch for with this team going forward. I know the Rangers fans really have nothing to look forward to except for these couple prospects that they do have coming up very soon. I would not be surprised to see both of these guys hit the major leagues in 2021 because after the deadline, there's going to be a lot of open spots and a lot of at-bats that are going to be available for these guys to take. So I think hopefully they will give them that opportunity because it'll be something exciting for Rangers fans to see. So in my opinion, the Rangers have nothing to look forward to right now, as obviously they're one of the worst teams in baseball. Going forward, they might have a little bit to look forward here with Josh Young and Sam Huff. Hopefully these guys can pan out and give the Rangers a little bit of reason for optimism heading forward. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think of the Texas Rangers, what you think they're looking like moving forward. And if you guys do enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be posting plenty of baseball videos here going forward. So if you're a big baseball fan and you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button. But as always, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.